On this mic? Is it meant to be this one or? That one?
No, if you stay there, you want to play.
Yeah.
All right.
Then you can see.
Hi guys. Alex, you want to kick off?
Yeah, thanks. Hi, Sean.
Yeah.
Game decided by that goal 5 minutes before half time, which the players obviously weren't happy about on the pitch. What was your sort of read of it? And
Well, at the time, you think it's a possible foul, but having looked at it after the game, it's a clumsy challenge, but not necessarily a bad challenge. It just squirts out of Pope's hands after he took it so well. And their player reacted quickest and a good finish.
What's your thoughts on the performance as a whole?
Well, first off, really good. I thought we came here and took the game on, which we wanted to do. Opened them up on occasions, created good quality moments and chances without taking them, which is obviously a question mark during the season. So some of the quality was really pleasing. And I think, the goals changed the feel of games, not just the scoreline, and it did for them. It gave them something to hang on to, and it changed the feel in the stadium for the crowd because they looked really nervous first half, and we didn't. I thought we played very well first half.
With that said, how disappointed are you in the second half? You didn't quite get going, and say for sort of the last 5 or 10 minutes, find that sort of cutting edge.
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere in the stadium changed. It became more positive behind their team, and they had something to fight for then and hang on to. We had to defend the early part of the half because they often kick into that side of the pitch and kind of create a bit of a different atmosphere with the fans and stuff. But I thought we dealt with that okay. And then it was going up at the other end, finding them real moments. Towards the end, obviously we scored a goal that was rightly so. It was offside, but some very good play. Right at the end, Whitey's put in a couple of great crosses that we just couldn't get on the end of it. So, that continues to be a challenge for us. That them cutting moments and them defining moments into the top third. That's part of the challenge of what's ahead of us, because generally the performance yet again was solid. It was organised. There was some good individual performance and some good moments. Maxwell was a loss today because I thought he was sharp and he looked alive and gave us something different first half. So that was a loss. It's a real frustrating one, but it's kind of been like that this season where never a million miles away, but not finding the key moments.
How damaging a defeat do you think it is, if at all, sort of psychologically, obviously losing to a side in there with you at the moment in the bottom three?
Not at all. I've been down this road before. It's the league table. It's not about them. It's about us. That continues to be the challenge. That's clear-minded focus from us as a group and my players. It's our challenge. It's nothing to do with anyone else. They can all look after themselves. It's our job to look after ourselves. We've been down this road before, unfortunately. We've had to work and we've had to keep the right mentality. You could see today there's definitely the right mentality. I mean, there's no lack in that. And you can see at Wolves there was as well. It's just adding them quality moments and finding them key moments. But we've done it before, so it's important we remember that and reference it and use it wisely going forwards.
And I guess your belief rarely wavers anyway, and I guess it hasn't, despite the result today and where you sit in the table in terms of what you've got in the dressing room and how much you think they're able to fight for Premier League survival.
Belief is a constant for me. That's the way that you work. My players, there's no lack of that. You can see by the way they're performing. Like I say, the challenge of a season is that for us. It's a season's work. A few seasons ago, we had 12 points after 19 games and ended up with 40. So, we understand the nature of the market that we're in. We understand the challenge. I quite obviously do. And I believe in these players because I think we've got quality and I think we can show it. And we're just not far away, actually. We're just short of the real detail in the attacking third because a lot of the defending again today was good. Some good strong individual performances. Colo was good again. We lost Ben Mee to a shoulder injury from Wolves, by the way. Taki was good again today. Chaz is still running hard and playing hard. So, there's good signs from the defensive side. It's really the cutting edge going forwards that we continue to work on. We continue to look to find the moments that can make a difference. And that's a continued work in progress, as it always is.
Just lastly for me, what's the situation with Ben Mee? You said shoulder injury. Is it a serious one and what's
Maxwell? Yeah, well, it was serious enough to keep him out today. We'll see how it settles during this week.
And Maxwell looked like it was his quad or hamstring?
Yeah, I think it's a thigh strain. Yeah, so we've got to wait and see. How that calms down this week.
Nice one, thanks, Sean.
Dan, have you got any questions to ask?
Yes, thank you. I've got a really sharp laptop, so I'm going to have to do it on this. Sean, have you had a chance to See the goal again from a distance. It looked like Pope had control of it, and
Yeah, it's a coming together. You might get it one day. We didn't today, but I think I don't think it was a malicious challenge or any of that. I think it's just a clumsy challenge from their player, and Pope took it clean, and it just bounces off the top of his head out of his hands. That can happen sometimes. Rarely in Pope's case, to be fair to him, because he does come and collect an awful lot. The top keeper that he is. So, yeah, that was changed the feel of the game, really, because I thought we were in control of it at that stage. We were playing really well. So that did change the feel of the game.
yeah, obviously that was a huge turning point. But as you mentioned as well, Maxwell coming off seemed to kind of turn things a little bit as well.
We didn't find. Yeah, well, he's a threat, and he offers us something different. The way he plays with his movement patterns, and he sees the game slightly differently. And I thought he looked sharp. So it was a loss at that time. And he was trying to actually thread, I think it was Woody through. And him and Woody had started the game together very well. So that would definitely, was a loss to us today, because he does offer us something different in that position that he's sort of growing into, if you like.
Must be a real frustration for you, because it seems to echo the same thing every week. Like, performances are so, consistent. You're not far off.
That is definitely the hardest part at the moment, because, you're always looking to change if you need to. You're always looking to operate in different ways if you need to. But when you're so close and you're finding the right areas, you're finding the right moments, but not finishing them, then that is really frustrating. But it's a continued work in progress for us. That's the way it is. It has been here every season. We want players to come and play with that bit of freedom, particularly on the attacking side, like we did first half. And second half, the game changed a little bit after the goal. It gave them something to hang on to. It gave the crowd something to get behind the team with, and all them things come into play. But we're still knocking on the door right at the end. J. Rod Nixon said it was a really well-worked goal. I mean, it was offside in the end, but it was a really well-worked goal. Dwight's putting 2 or 3 great crosses at the end there. We just couldn't get on the end of. So we're still working. We're still looking to get something from the game, but taking the chances. Being that player who does make a difference to a performance. That's what we need. Sort of a collective mentality of that. But we're never far away, I don't think.
Just on as an aside, Sean, away from the game today, it's coming up to 12 months since the takeover. I was just wondering how that dynamic's working. How you found it with Alan Pearce and the changes they've implemented.
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, lots of changes in the club, mainly in the offices and things like lots of different thoughts on what they want to do and how they want to take the club forward. So, it continues to be progress from their thinking about what they want the club to become.
Brilliant. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Ian, you've got a question? So I think you're muted, Ian. You're still on mute.
Hiya, can I just ask a couple of questions on behalf of the Monday, Sean? You've been a opposing manager at St James's Park many times. You talked about the atmosphere changing today. Do you sense under the new ownership here, with less dissent on the terraces, it feels a different club? It feels a different environment for opposition teams?
I haven't got a clue about that. I only came here once today. So if I came here every week, I'd probably have a better feel of it. But on a one-off basis today, I thought there was a nervousness to the crowd, a nervousness to their players. And I thought a goal changed that. And then they got behind the team and, there's something to hang on to. But no, I can't give an opinion on the rest of it because I don't know enough about the fan base and the club and the feel around the area.
Look at Burnley, because you've been in this situation before and come out of it well. Do you feel like you're more battle-hardened than some of your rivals down near the foot of the table?
Well, whether we are or not, I think we've got experience of knowing what changes and how we change it. It's delivering on that. I don't think there's a lack of knowledge. It's the thing at the moment is finding the delivery of the key things that happen in a game. And like I say, we're not far away with our actual general performances, but never naive enough, that's for sure, to know that them details are vital. They have been for all of our seasons in the Premier League. They will be again. So I think the experience of what we've been through is important. I think the experience the players have is important. They know it's continued challenge in the Premier League, and we're the only ones that can change that. So that's the clear-minded view of myself, my staff, and the players.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any more questions? No? Right, great. Thank
Cheers.
you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.